Hey dudes, welcome back to my channel, Salamat 2020. Today we'll be having our presentations about transformations of equations of the hyperbola from general equations to standard form. Our main focus here is how will we transform or change the given general equations to standard form, where A, B, C, D, and E represent real numbers having two variable x and y, and its transformation ito yung tinatawag na standard form of the hyperbola. Okay, that is the quantity of x minus h squared over e squared. The operations here is a subtraction, so minus a quantity of y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. Okay, so let's do our first example. So how will we change these given equations to standard form? So our general equation is 3x squared minus 2y squared minus 42x minus 16y plus 67 is equal to 0. So first step natin dito is to separate the x variable from y. So copy 3x squared minus 42x. So we can determine the standard form by completing the square in this variable x. So applying the completing this square, ibig sabihin determining the term to be added that will produce a perfect square trinomial. So maglagay tayo ng unknown value dyan. Then add, then same with the y variable. So there's no transitions of the sign here. So copy negative 2y squared minus 16y, then plus the unknown value. So that makes the produce the perfect square trinomial. So yan, and the constant natin to after transposing, so magiging negative 67 to the other side. So we will factor the coefficients of x squared, that is 3. So 3 times 1. So then ilabas natin yung 3 as the common factor. Yan, 3. Then 3 divide 3 is 1. Then understood, may 1 tayo dyan. Then 1 is squared. Then negative 42 divide 3. That is negative 14x. Then copy for the unknown value. Then same with the y variable. Then factor negative 2, that is negative 2 times 1. Ilabas natin yung negative 2, that is negative 2 divide negative 2, that is positive 1 y squared. Then negative 16 divide negative 2, that is positive 8y. Then copy the unknown value. So negative 67. So we have the extra term on the left side. So meron tayong dalawang space dyan. So every time for any extra term introduce one side should also be added to the other side. So meron din tayong dalawang unknown value to make it balance. Yan. Since we're looking for the perfect square trinomial, so our middle term is negative 14. So we take by half. So negative 14 divide 2 raised to 2. Yan. That is our middle term. And divided by 2, that's negative 7. And raised to 2, to negative 7 times negative 7. Since this is an exponential form, our base is negative 7. So that is 49. So our terms now, x squared minus 14x plus 49 is a perfect square trinomial. So that is negative 7 times negative 7 is 49. Kung i-sum up natin, negative 7 plus negative 7, that is negative 14. So same with the variable y, our middle term is 8. So take half of the 8, so 8 divide 2 raised to 2, that is 8 divide 2 is 4 raised to 2. We multiply twice, then 4 times 4 is 16. So yan, this could be our last term for the y variable. So this time, this is also a perfect square trinomial. So 4 times 4, 16. If we add the two numbers, 4 plus 4, that is 8. So multiply 3 times 49. So that is added term to the right hand. So 3 times 49. And another one is negative 2 and 16. So negative 2, product of negative 2 and 16. So yan ang mga extra term natin, should also be added to the other side. So okay, since this is a perfect square trinomial, so we can use negative 7 as the component for the square. So 3, a quantity of x minus 7 squared, and for the y is negative 2y plus 4. So after taking half of the middle term is 4, so we can use the 4 squared. Yan, then equate to negative 67. Then get the product of 3 and 49. So that is 147. Then positive times negative, that is negative. Then the product of 2 and 16 is 32. Then copy the variable for the quantity of x, then y. Then get the sum of negative 67 plus 147 minus 32, that is 48. By definitions of the hyperbola, it must be equate to 1. So what will we do for this term? So we're going to divide each term by 48. Okay, done. So okay, for our first term, so the factor of 40 is 3 and 16. So we have the same numerator and denominator. So that is 3. So we can cancel 3. So let us put in our negative x minus 7, copy, squared. Then the remaining value after factoring 48, then cancel 3, that is 16. Then copy 16. Yeah. Then negative divide positive. Yan. So copy negative. Then factor of 48, that has the same numerator and denominator, is 2 times 24. Cancel 2. 2. Then copy y plus 4 squared divide by 24. Yan. Okay, by definitions of the standard form, the hyperbola, so it must be equate to 1. So that is 48 divide 48 is 1. Okay, so we are deriving the standard form after giving the general equations. So that will be our standard form. Okay, for number 2, so we have here the general equation. So let us separate the x from y. So copy 9x squared minus 90x. Then for the completing the square, so we have here the term to be added. Then for same with the y variable, so copy negative 4y squared minus 32y plus the unknown value. Yan, to make it perfect square trinomial. So 305 transpose to other side, magiging negative 305. Then our factor 9, that is 9 times 1. Ilabas natin yung 9. Then 9 divide 9 is x squared. Negative 90 divide 9, that is negative 10x. Then copy for the unknown value natin. Then plus, then factor negative 4. Ilabas natin 4y squared. Negative 32 divide negative 4, that is positive 8y plus the unknown value, and this is equal to negative 305. And for the extra term, so we can add it to the other side. So meron tayong dalawang unknown value to the right hand side. So yan, since this our middle term is negative 10, half of this is negative 5 squared. So applying for the exponential form, negative 5 times negative 5, that is positive 25. So, and for the y, so take half of 8, so 8 divide 2 raised to 2, that is 4 raised to 2, and multiplying twice the base, that is 16. Okay, and for the right hand, so we have 9, a product of 9 and 25, then negative 4 and 16. Then since the term for the x is perfect square trinomial, so we can use negative 5 as the component for the square. Then for y, so we can use the 4, yan, and then equate to 305. Then get the product of 9 and 25, that is 225. Then positive negative is negative, then a product of 416 is 64. Then copy for the x and y, then get the sum of 305 plus 225 minus 64, so that is negative 144. So applying the definitions of hyperbola, that must be equal to 1, so we must divide by negative 144 sa bawat terms. So and then a factor of 144 is 9 times 16. So since we have the same numerator and denominator, 9, that is 9, then cancel. So we have a negative quantity of x minus 5 squared divide by our remaining numbers after factor the 144, that is 16. Then for the second term, negative divide negative, that is positive. Then a factor of 144 that has the same numerator, that is 4 times 36. Then cancel a 4. Then the remaining value is 36. Then copy first the quantity y plus 4 squared, then 36. Okay, so we have the same numerator and denominator, that is equal to 1. Okay, so the definitions of the hyperbola, the operations must be subtraction. So we will be having transitions of the term here. So mag-change lang tayo ng term. So the first term will be the y variable, y plus 4 squared over 36. And the copy the negative, this could be our second term, negative x minus 5 squared over 16. So this could satisfy with the definition of hyperbola, that is equal to 1. That is our standard form of the hyperbola. Ayan, with the given x general form. So we have here the activity here for your extra time kung meron kayong oras to answer this activity in order to practice your mathematical skills. Ayan.